Welcome back to Backyard Gridiron Talk. I'm Addison.
I'm Frank.
Both of our teams are pretty much done for.
Yeah.
But, there's some positives to look at. I don't have any. Kenny Pickett got a concussion on the second freaking play of the game. Trubisky comes in and turns the ball over 3 times in Baltimore territory, 2 of which, or something, 3 or 4, 2 or 3 of which were inside Baltimore's 30. We lost by 2. And all he has to do is get us to 4th down on 2 of those, and we win the game.
Yeah.
Or on one of them. Just get us to 4th down, bring out Boswell, we would have won the freaking game. And we would be in a much better position for the playoffs. I would have started gaining hope again because we have Carolina this week, which should be a win, regardless of who's in. Hopefully Mason Rudolph. Trubisky doesn't deserve to play anymore. And Pickett might not. If Pickett plays, sweet. But honestly, that's already his 2nd concussion. I can see them shutting him down because our playoff hopes are dwindling big time. So yeah, that's all I have because I don't want to get heated.
All right. Joe Burrow finally beat the Browns. They played well. It was a pretty good game. Our defense, it was back and forth 0-0. Our defense got a huge stop, had him backed up, and then our rookie linebacker ran into the punter, WWE style, speared his ass. And then they proceeded to go down the field and get a touch on that drive. A little bit of help from the refs, but refs will be refs.
It's in all games.
Yeah. The only thing I will say about the refs this game, that it wasn't even flag-wise or anything like that. There was a couple first downs that Watson got one and Nick Chubb got one, and they marked us short. And it was made it 3rd and 1. It happened twice.
A lot.
And
they've been marking.
And I'm like, he dove, he didn't slide, so you know what I mean. And then Nick Chubb's was obvious. And we ended up being marked short, and then, it's 3rd and 1. You should be able to get it. We ended up not getting it both times, but It's like they were first downs, bro. Like, do your fucking job right. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I have.
And
I have seen that in other games too,
right.
Where the spot, it's like, what are you even thinking? I
Right.
mean, they review it and fix it normally.
Yeah, but not in our fucking games. And then we just, we didn't win the fucking game, basically. I mean, we couldn't stop the run. Per usual, Jamar Chase had a pretty good game.
That's normal.
Yeah, Jamar Chase had a pretty good game. His first touchdown, he might say he was reacting like, I don't think he was ready for the ball, but hey, he made a great play. The ball hit him, and he's like, oh, fuck, I have the ball. If you watch it, he's like, oh, shit. Like, he wasn't expecting it. It was a great play, though, by Burrow. But yeah, Jamar Chase played well. Got me a lot of fantasy points, so wasn't mad about that. But yeah, other than that, we're basically in the same boat as you.
We have been the whole year.
Yeah,
the same record.
We need a lot to happen from other teams, especially the Chargers, which I don't think. Chargers need to lose 3 out of 4, and they play the Titans, which they could lose to, and then they play the Colts, Broncos, and Rams. So the Chargers should win all those games, and if they don't, which would be great for us, if we can one of us can run the table and those other teams lose, it'd be great for us. Brandon Staley definitely getting fired.
If Brandon Staley loses 3 of these last 4 games, he's gone.
He's definitely getting fired.
Yeah, but he's referencing a playoff scenario that I had created if we were to beat the Ravens last week and Carolina this week. And then I just, for shits and giggles, I kept updating it. I mainly just, at this point, I just want to win the last 4 games, keep Tomlin's winning record streak alive.
Or win 3 and tie 1.
Or win 3 and tie 1.
Yeah.
Or, that's
you have to win at least 3.
Can't tie them all.
Can't tie them all.
I wonder how that would be, though. Like, in the playoff scenarios, it's like, did we make it?
I mean, you only had 8 losses. You only had 8 losses.
4 ties.
5, 8, and 4. What is this, soccer or hockey?
Yeah. But, so the Steelers scenario, and Browns are probably similar, but...
Yeah, because we haven't beaten anybody we needed to beat. So.
But we need 3 of... We need the Patriots and...
Patriots,
Jets to lose 3 out of 4, which is...
Definitely possible. Definitely possible.
Very tough last 4 games.
100%.
That is possible. The Chargers, probably not possible. If Brandon Staley loses 3 of the last 4, he needs fired. And then, Steelers obviously went out, and then Jaguars have to lose a game. They play Dallas this week, so they'll lose. And then
Dallas struggled
and then
with
we
Houston.
play the Raiders and Browns, and it's like all we got to do is beat them. We control our own destiny with them. But
Dallas struggles
the
with
Chargers
Houston.
just ain't going to happen. That's just not going to happen unless Brandon Staley goes for it in 4th and 20 at his own 10 like he likes to do. But, yeah, so, like I said, I'm not holding out hope. I'm just hoping – I am holding out hope that we do win our last 4 games, though. So we can finish 9-8. That would be nice. So
I'd also like to win our last 4 games, mainly. I don't want the Texans to have a high draft pick, because why would I want that? Also, like, I'm a Browns fan, and I know if Stefanski doesn't finish the season well, they're going to talk about firing his ass, because we're Browns fans. And he's had 3 years, which is more than most get. So
yeah, but you just downward spiral since the playoff year. So
yeah, I mean, last year, fucking Baker got hurt, and we didn't fucking play him, which we should have never done. If we don't play Baker, we probably make the playoffs last year.
Case Keenum would have been able to find.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, like, that's on him.
What he did with Minnesota that one year.
Right.
It's the same, pretty much the same situation.
Same exact,
same type of team.
Same offense.
Like, yeah.
And that's on Stefanski.
Stefanski was in Minnesota.
Yeah, he was the offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
so
it's like
Stefanski should have benched Baker last year, which is on him, like he's the coach. So you get to, and then this year, I mean, the Watson thing, like, I don't want to fire him because they put up almost 30 points a game with Jacoby fucking Brissett. Can you give him a full year with Watson and see what we can do? And if our defense wasn't so shit,
I think he'll be fine. But
that's what I'm hoping.
Next year,
but
if he does,
right.
if he's 5-8 at this point next year,
right? And our defense, I mean, we should have beat the fucking Jets. We should have fucking beat the fucking Falcons. We should have beat the Chargers. The game's on him. But those are 3 wins right there. That
a lot of our wins are teams we need to lose right now.
Right.
Or a lot of our losses are teams that we need to lose by right now, and they're narrow losses.
Right.
5 of our 8 losses are by 7 or fewer points. You know how frustrating that is.
Most of our losses were by less than 3 points. I get it.
Like our 3 losses, even the Browns game, that was a close game.
Yeah.
That wasn't fewer than 7 points, but
it was still, you were in the game.
Our other 2 games were Buffalo and Philadelphia that we got blown out.
Yeah.
So it's like, if we just figure out how to win half of these, we're in the playoff race.
But
it's just like
I think if Stefanski only wins 1 game down the stretch, and it's the Saints game next week, and we lose to the Commanders, Ravens, and Steelers, I think his job is definitely in jeopardy.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is in Cleveland. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It definitely will be up to question.
And
can we win all 4 of these games? Absolutely. I think we'll lose to Washington because they have something to play for and they play hard. They'll play harder than us.
In my opinion.
And it's on the road.
Yeah.
The other 3 teams we could definitely beat. So we'll see, especially with Lamar not playing this week.
I really hope it's Washington like Detroit in the NFC Championship.
That'd be great. Let's go Lions.
Yeah, Lions. I mean, they were favored against Minnesota, and boy, did they show it.
Yeah. Dominated from the beginning.
I texted him after both of our teams should have bet on Sunday. I was like, hey, we can root for the Lions.
That's right.
Let's go. And Washington. I mean, I don't like Dan Snyder, but I love Taylor Heineke.
I like Ron Rivera, too.
Yeah, and I like Ron Rivera. And who can't be a fan of Dan Campbell? You could be a Packers, Bears, Vikings fan. If you're not a fan of Dan Campbell, there's something wrong with you. But, yeah. Other than that...
Kyler Murray out for the season, torn
ACL. And pretty much the same time, same point in the game that Pickett went out.
Literally 3rd play. It was like a lot of injuries early in the games. Tyler Boyd had to start him in fantasy this week, out the first play. And I'm like, motherfucker, I had no one else to start.
I had something similar.
First play.
2 weeks ago when ETN went out. He got me points.
Points.
I was immediately out after that.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I lost. And I did.
But Kyler Murray's the biggest injury from the weekend. In the Patriots game Monday night, same game. First quarter, Devontae Parker got hit, and
they didn't take him out.
No, Nelson Aguilar had to stop the play because he was concussed, and it was obvious.
It was obvious. He was
stumbling.
Wiggling.
Yeah.
He was stumbling. They zoomed in on his face. He didn't know. what football was.
Right. He had no idea. Nelson Aguilar literally had to stop the play, like wave his arms. He needs help. And then he went to Instagram and posted, like, NFL, get your shit together. Like, they talk about it every game that they have someone watching every play for shit, like that.
He could just...
But, like...
He could just fall to the ground.
I mean, yeah. But he concussed. He's like, I don't know. When you, like, I don't know. I've never been in that situation. But when you're concussed...
I got a concussion once.
I don't know.
It was a fun story. So, we lived in Virginia. And we lived in Virginia Beach. Not just Virginia. So, like, due to flooding and possible hurricanes, all your, equipment outside, like your air conditioner, it's elevated.
Yeah.
So it's up on like a table, like this bar. And my dad, he worked construction, so he put a couple 2x4s on top of the air conditioner. And I was playing with my friend. I still remember his name, Clarence. Shout out if you're still out there.
I mean, hope.
We were in elementary school and never talked to him after that. But we were running around the house. Didn't see that 2x4. It was right in my line of vision.
Oh, yeah.
And boom. And that thing went windmilling. I went sailing. I had a friggin' lump on my head. Concussion. That was my only concussion. Fun story.
Yeah, hey.
Not really, but it hurt like a mother.
Got clothesline by a 2x4.
Played electronic paintball on the TV. It was a great time. I don't know how I remember this. I was in like 5th grade. But
concussions,
yeah, exactly. You're supposed to forget. I remember everything.
You're just supernatural over here.
Go. All right, but I mean, not much else. Brock Purdy shined.
Yeah, the whooped on them Bucks. Defense looked good.
Yeah, Brock Purdy. What up?
She wanted to show you her in concert dress.
Oh, very nice.
You look great. I love
very
it.
Nice.
You look great.
You look like Maribel. Is my daughter. Also fantasy playoffs start this week.
Yeah, we're both in it because we know what we're doing.
Competing for this and $500.
Yeah, hopefully we play in the championship.
So second place still gets 100, so you don't lose your money.
Yeah.
And you double it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're fighting for this. Shout out my brother, who's the 1 seed. You're going down. Him and I were battling the 1 seed the whole year. He won the battle, and now I'm the 3 seed.
Yeah, I was a 2 seed all year. Now I'm the 4 seed. So
yeah, so
it happens.
I am playing a team with a losing record, but he is probably the hottest team right now. His team's been going off, so we'll see. If you guys remember, Anthony is the 6 and 8 team I'm playing. He was on our show earlier in the year. Without further ado, let's go ahead and start with our picks.
All right.
Presented by my basement.
Thursday night. Speaking of Brock Purdy, he was on
tonight's game.
Yeah, he was listed as questionable going into with a hip injury.
Start?
CJ Beathard, is he still on that team?
I
don't even know. I don't know. Probably
George
not.
Kittle?
I have no idea who they'd start.
That's something we gotta look up. You should probably look that up.
Yeah.
My phone's recording this.
Yeah, so
I'm just curious because there's no Garoppolo, there's no Lance.
Right.
We already got Brock Purdy. I'm pretty sure Beathard wouldn't even be on the team.
I don't think he
anymore.
is. I think he's on Oakland or Las Vegas. Oakland's not even a team.
I thought he was like in the XFL or something by now. Who the hell will they start? Hold, please.
Let's see.
This is information we should have, but we're always not prepared.
That's part of the fun.
Yeah. You guys get to Google stuff with us.
49ers at the bottom.
Yeah, there you go. Figure it out.
Hey, relax. All right, let's go. Players. Nope, didn't mean to hit that ad. Don't want a Snickers. Fuck you, Snickers.
Maybe it's Brock Ugly.
Jimmy Garoppolo. Those are stat leaders, sorry.
Yeah. Let's go to the depth chart. You can do it.
Brock Purdy. Oh, John Johnson this time.
Joe Johnson.
No, it's John Johnson.
John?
The long time.
He's the guy that's been.
He's on every team.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, he's solid.
So I guess
solid.
he starts.
Yeah,
Brock can't go.
Yeah, and they play Seattle tonight. Thursday night football.
In Seattle.
Seattle coming off a big loss. Carolina
they lost to Carolina in Seattle, so I guess Seattle is capable of losing
in Seattle.
So.
I'm going to take the Niners. I love the way their defense is playing. They're hot right now. I mean, look, Brock Purdy's just out here balling. And
I think he plays.
yeah, and even if he doesn't, John Johnson's a veteran. You know, it's a West Coast off.
John? I really
I'm
don't
telling
think
you.
his name is John.
John Johnson.
No, I don't
It's not
think
J-
it's John.
All right, we're gonna
It's
argue.
not Joe Johnson. That's the basketball.
Yeah, I know. That's all
But
like Joe.
I don't think it's John.
We're gonna find this
We're-
out. Let me go back to the roster.
Dude's been on every single team, and we can't figure out his first name. This is like the most complicated way to get. All right, click on it. Josh Johnson. I knew.
I apologize, Josh. That's my bad.
No one
I'll
names their
take the
kid
L.
John Johnson.
There's got to be a John Johnson out there somewhere.
There probably is. It's probably not spelled the same. It's probably like Jon and then the normal version of Johnson.
Yeah.
But still, no one names their kid John Johnson.
Sorry, Josh Johnson.
Josh Johnson.
Um,
He was something. Joe Johnson's a basketball player, so.
Yeah, but anyways, he's still capable of running the offense, and you saw last week with Purdy starting, McCaffrey is playing a bigger role. His offensive line gives him huge holes to run from, and he's still elite. He still gets to those holes quick as fuck. You know, makes a white man proud.
There you go. Yeah, I'm going to take San Francisco, too, because I fully believe Brock Purdy will play. And, yeah, that defense is playing out of their mind right now. And, yeah, I mean, Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
That's all you got to say. I mean, Mr. Irrelevant kicking Tom Brady's ass.
Yeah, hey,
So,
looking good.
yeah.
All right, next. Hey, the beautiful thing about the college football season being over, Saturday football. Saturday, 1 o'clock. 3 games on Saturday. 1 o'clock, we have Colts-Vikings. Should be decent. Vikings should win this game. Vikings need to win this game. They don't need to win this game, but because they're probably still going to win the division because they have 10 wins.
I mean,
Unless those Lions,
Detroit
you never
start
know.
creeping back.
But they need it as a bounce back game. They don't play now. They've lost. They have 3 losses, and they've been blown out. Not blown out, but they really haven't been in all 3 of the games: the Dallas, Philly, and now Detroit. So I mean, they should beat the Colts at home.
Yeah,
Colts are definitely on the downspin.
Yeah.
The Colts should not be trying to win. They need a quarterback. So yeah,
So I think it's obvious we're taking Minnesota, but
yeah.
I mean Minnesota's still like shaky to me, so we'll
Yeah.
see.
All right, next we have Ravens traveling to Cleveland, take on the Browns. I'll be at the game. Deshaun Watson's first game as a Cleveland Brown at home.
Didn't think about that.
Huntley practiced. I'm pretty sure he practiced this week, but he was still concussion protocol. I'm not sure. They don't know if he's going to start.
Brown.
Anthony Brown might be making a start, but I'm pretty sure Huntley's going to play. I don't know. I mean, Huntley plays well against us.
Huntley's not a bad quarterback.
No.
He could be a starter somewhere.
I agree. Especially if they build the offense like they build. I mean, you have to build it like you build it around Lamar, but
Yeah.
I mean, it could be successful. I'm still going to take, the Browns need it. The Browns are at home. And just like the Steelers should have beat them last week at home, I think we can beat them this week. Like they said on the radio, we're not eliminated. We're still playing until we're eliminated mathematically, until we have that
Same
9th
here,
loss.
same
So,
here.
it is what it is. At the end of the day, if we can't stop the run, we're going to lose. So that's what I'm worried about.
And
that's what they do.
That comes
but
to my point.
Yeah, we'll see.
Cleveland, they could.
We played well
could
against them
probably
earlier in the
They
year.
could probably move the
So
ball against Baltimore. I'm not
Yeah.
saying they can't. Nick Chubb, you better get your ass in gear. It's fantasy playoff time. But with that being said, the Browns have proved day in and day out that they cannot stop the run. And I think, the running game was a lot for Pittsburgh last week, and we have a good rush defense. I
Yeah.
can't imagine what it's going to be like with a team without a rush defense.
Right.
So with that being said, even though Huntley may not play, all Anthony Brown has to do is hand it to J.K. Dobbins. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think when it comes down to it, Baltimore's going to make the plays to stop Cleveland won't be able to stop the run when it comes down to the final few minutes. And
yeah.
just like us, that was our issue at the end of the game, so I'm taking Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm really hoping we could score enough that they have to pass. If you're up by 2 scores, they might have to throw the. They might have to throw the ball.
Yeah, you never know. It'll be a close game, nevertheless.
Yeah, I mean it's a division game.
Absolutely.
They're always good battles to watch. Next, the primetime game on Saturday night. Dolphins traveling to Buffalo to take on the Bills. It's going to be cold, and you know what?
Good game.
I think
Snowstorm too.
Yeah, I think the Bills are going to make the Dolphins go on a 3-game losing streak. I'm taking the Bills.
Oh, how can you go against Buffalo? I'll do a Chris Collinsworth analysis here. I don't know how you can take Josh Allen, not take him in December, man. These guys, I sound like John Gruden, actually. I'm not doing that. I'm taking Buffalo. Miami they don't. I like Mike McDaniel, but Miami hasn't looked like Miami recently. So
No,
I still think they're making the playoffs, but I think Buffalo is going to turn on the afterburners.
All right. Next, going into the Sunday slate, we have Falcons taking on the Saints.
Ooh.
This is a terrible game.
Big
This
divisional
is
game, though. That's the sad part.
Well, yeah, because everybody in the division sucks. I'm going to take the Falcons because the Saints just look doo-doo to me.
Saints are doo-doo. Desmond Ridder getting his first NFL start. I think he's going to light them up. Atlanta.
Next, we have the Steelers traveling down to Carolina.
If we lose this,
Sam Darnold and the Panthers.
I mean, Carolina needs it. They could beat us.
Yeah.
But there's no reason why we should lose this game. Taking Pittsburgh.
I'm going to take Carolina only because I don't think Pickett's going to play.
Yeah.
And
if we're starting Trubisky again, it's going to be interceptions.
And Carolina has a legitimate shot at winning this division.
They're one game out.
And they're 3-1 in the division.
I know.
So if they can beat
Carolina
the Bucs,
this.
Carolina can very much.
And their interim coach,
Steve Wilkes.
Yeah, he called out Carolina for tanking.
Yeah.
He didn't want to trade McCaffrey, and
I mean, no, they're playing, and this is a big game for them. And if Pickett was playing, I'd probably.
This is a big game, and we're depleted after that loss last week. So I'm not saying Carolina can't win. I just think
if Pickett was playing, I would be more confident.
We have no reason to lose.
Sure.
So that's why I'm taking Pittsburgh.
All right.
But Carolina, they do need it. So I am worried about this game. It's not going to be easy.
All right. We got the Eagles traveling to Chicago to take on the Bears. Bears coming off a bye, I believe, right? Did the Bears play last week?
Do you know what's funny? The motherfuckers got eliminated before their bye.
We're not laughing at you.
We are.
But we are.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just
they'll
don't
be
know how
fresh,
you get eliminated
but
before your bye.
Hey, when you have it that late, I guess.
Don't be that bad.
I'm taking the Eagles.
You're taking the Eagles.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I think the Bears could. Don't get me wrong. The Bears are a team that are going to be fun to watch. I just don't think they're going to win a lot of games on the stretch.
With that being said, all the shit talking I was just doing. Upset of the week.
You're taking the Bears. I love it. I love it.
Justin Fields.
Get me back in this hunt, baby. Only 4 games out.
Justin Fields is going to come out and surprise the Eagles. It's like, oh, here we are.
All right.
And it's going to be an absolute shootout. And the Bears, Justin Fields is going to have like a 60-yard touchdown run somewhere. Yeah.
Okay.
Upset of the week.
Next, we got
big upset.
Chiefs Texans. Speaking of upset, I'm just kidding.
Kansas City.
Yeah, both Kansas City, no doubt. Kansas City is looking like Kansas City old. Next, we have Cowboys Jags. Cowboys almost got upset last week by the Texans. They should almost lost to Houston. All right, for as bad as we played against Houston, at least we didn't give up that many fucking points to Houston. All right, and then the Jags just mollywopped the Titans. So, and the Jags are fighting. It's in Jacksonville. Really want to take the Jaguars. And I'm going to take them. I'm going to take the Jags. I'm going to go out on a limb and see if the Jags pull it out. And if they don't, they don't. But I'm trying to catch up. I'm 4 games out.
Yeah, I think Cowboys are going to have a bounce-back game. I do need ETN to go off, if you hear me. So do that. And Trevor Lawrence, don't go off.
I don't know.
Jacksonville, they need this. They're fighting for
they're in a they're in the same boat as we are.
Fighting for the division. They're 5-8. Titans are 7-6. Like, that division sucks.
Yeah, it's
too.
true.
Like, they're still fighting for the division. So they need it. They're at home.
They're playing well right now.
They are, but there's just
they're the Lions of the AFC.
Them boys are 10-3, so they are doing them boys things.
They almost
lost. But then you look at how they destroyed Minnesota earlier in the year. They destroyed.
Yeah, but is Jacksonville a better
teams.
Defense than Minnesota? I think they do.
I think they do.
Their D line's nasty in Jacksonville. They can stop the run.
Taking them boys, but
I think it's going to be a great game. That's all I'm saying.
Game. It is, but they them boys. I'm taking Dallas.
All right. Next, we have our Detroit Lions going to New York to
I
take
wouldn't go
on the
that
New
far.
Jets.
I'm still a Steeler fan.
I mean,
I'll
so
just
I'm a
root for
Browns
them in
fan,
the
but
playoffs.
yeah, I'm taking the Lions.
How they
They're playing the Jets.
Oh yeah, I'm taking the Lions. We need the Jets to lose anyway. So.
Yeah, and I mean the Lions are the hottest team in the NFC,
Yeah.
if not the whole NFL.
Yeah, for sure.
Next, another snoozer: Cardinals taking on the Let's Rides. This could be a battle of the backups.
McCoy and like Brett Ripon.
Yeah,
And even if it was Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson, that's still not good.
Yeah, and it might be worse.
I mean, hopefully Trace McSorley somehow plays.
Yeah, he might.
I mean, don't want Colt McCoy to get hurt or anything, but
I don't know. Like,
don't want him to get hurt.
My mind is telling me take the Broncos because their problem has been Russell Wilson and their defense is good enough to stop Colt McCoy.
Couldn't do jack shit.
Okay, so I take.
He could do less than Russell.
But
Wilson.
I take Colt McCoy. But the Broncos defense is good.
But Colt McCoy still can figure out how to move the ball. I'm taking Arizona.
I'll take the Broncos. They're at home.
It's
Both teams are.
not a good game.
Yeah, I mean, don't even
Both
watch
teams
this
are
game.
out.
Patriots traveling to Vegas to take on the Raiders. Patriots, I picked them last week. They won.
I didn't. They lost.
They're playing.
Won.
It's Bill Belichick versus Josh McDaniels. Last time we saw this, Shanahan beat Mike McDaniels. I'm taking the Patriots.
Yeah, I'm taking New England. I think just on the basis of Bill Belichick's going to outcoach Josh McDaniels. You know, Josh McDaniels knows how Bill Belichick works, but not when he faces him. So, although we need the Patriots to lose, like I said, I'm not holding out playoff hope, so I'm taking New England.
All right. Next, we have the Titans-Chargers. Most likely the AFC game, CBS game of the week.
Titans. I think
Yeah.
they bounce back. I think Mike Vrabel is definitely capable of outcoaching Brandon Staley.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to me, for me almost. Like, I would rather have Vrabel. It's in LA, but I mean, it's not really a home game.
Not a home game.
I'm thinking more
I don't know
travel wise
all
than
those
anything
fans that were
else.
there
But
Sunday night, I don't know if they were for the Chargers or Dolphins or.
I'm going to take the Titans.
I kid you not.
Yeah.
The first fan I saw at that game was a Browns fan.
That's right, baby.
They had a Browns shirt on.
Worldwide.
And that is the first fan I saw in the background when my eyes reached it. Like, they don't even have their own fans there. Who are you taking?
I'm taking the Titans.
I'm taking the Titans.
Yeah, I got to go with Vrabes. And they need to win. They've
And
lost
Derrick
like 3
Henry-
games in a
Derrick
row.
Henry's capable of blowing through that.
Oh, yeah, their Chargers, their defense, they can't stop the run if they wanted to. Barely stop a nosebleed. Next, we got Bengals, Bucks. I'm taking the Bengals, hottest team in the AFC.
The Bucks are.
Yeah, and the Bucks just got mollywopped. And
No way.
Yeah.
Cincinnati's losing the Bucks.
No,
I'm
they
taking
should.
Cincy.
They should. We want them to, but they should.
Brady might make the playoffs by default just because of how bad that division is, but watch out, Carolina. There's a part of me that's like, I'm sitting here thinking, it's like, how incredible would that be if Carolina made the playoffs?
What if
I mean,
Sam Darnold won the Super Bowl this year? All right, I'll tell you.
Sure. But, I mean, they'd be one and done. But how
Hey, they get a home game.
That doesn't mean anything.
I know.
But how incredible would that be? I mean, that would require them to beat us, most likely, which don't do that. But
I mean,
I can't be upset if they do because, like,
yeah.
This team was supposed to be one of the worst. And if the division sucks, and they would only make it because of the division, but how incredible would that be?
Yeah, no, it would definitely be the
insane.
story. It would be definitely something.
Yeah.
Next, we have Sunday Night Football. We have a rematch that was tied 2 weeks ago. We got the Giants traveling down to shitty old Washington to face the Commanders.
Washington,
That's
back-to-back
terrible
games
stadium
against the Giants because
Yeah.
they played them. They were on a bye, and now they play them.
That happened to the Browns last year. We did that against the Ravens.
Such weird scheduling.
Yeah, I'm taking the Commanders.
Yeah, with that being said, Giants are on the downfall.
Yeah,
And
I mean, they might tie again, but
is the hottest team.
I don't
They
benefit.
did tie. They're 6-1-1 in their last 8 games.
Yeah.
Washington. So Giants are just depleted. They're going to find a way to miss the playoffs for sure.
All right, and you ready for this barn burner on Monday night? Rams Packers. in Green Bay. Green Bay's technically still in it. They need to win. You got Baker Mayfield in prime time again, who had led a comeback against
who's to say he
the
can't
Raiders.
do it against the Packers? Wow, this is probably the toughest game to pick. This might be worse than Dallas and Jacksonville. Such a bad game.
Definitely a worse game. Dallas Jacksonville is too a good game.
Yeah, that's the two playoff teams possible. I didn't take Aaron Rodgers and Packers at home. Although Baker Mayfield could pull a bunny out of his hat. So
no, I'm also going to take Aaron Rodgers. They're coming off a bye. They're at home. I know the Rams have a mini bye because they played on Thursday, but Baker won that game, and he even said it. They were running streaks down the sidelines in man coverage. It's like, if the Raiders call any other defense, they probably don't win.
Yeah, because they were shutting them down the whole game.
Right. And so, I
they
mean,
had 3 points up until like the last 4 minutes of the game, where they blasted 2 touchdowns like Tom Brady did.
Yeah.
Against whoever he played.
The Saints.
Saints.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Green Bay is going to pull it out. They're still fighting for a playoff spot. Don't think they're going to get one, but they're like in the same boat as we are. But they have Aaron Rodgers, so you never know. That they're coming off a bye. They seem to be pretty healthy in that receiver room finally. So I think they have a chance. I mean, the Rams aren't nothing really. Cam Akers is starting now after requesting to get traded. They have no receivers that are like.
Their best receiver is Van Jefferson.
Yeah, who's good, but there's their third receiver going into the season, and he's their number one now. Tutu Atwell, shout out, love the name. Anyways, but yeah, I'm taking the Packers.
No.
I mean, they give him the ball. He gets the ball.
But yeah, that's all the time we have today. We might do one next week, maybe. It's not really Christmas next week yet, so
no, we could squeeze one in.
Squeeze one in at some point. So yeah, that's all I have.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Watch some football. It should be exciting. Yeah. Our teams could be eliminated this week.
Yeah.
Well, no.
If we lose.
We technically, mathematically, even if we lose, I don't think we are because, we wouldn't be. Because we play an NFC team.
Oh.
And
we play an AFC team.
We need 3 of 4 losses for those teams I mentioned earlier, and if they all win, we just need them to lose out.
Yeah,
which won't happen.
Yeah,
none of that's gonna happen. I keep talking about it, but hopefully we win our last 4. Give Tomlin that 9-8 record, a record that no one saw coming, and I would have only been 2 games off with my 11.
If you win the last 4.
If we win our last 4, hey, you really can't laugh.
If you win your last.
Just hear me out. You really can't laugh at my 11-win thing because if we win our last 4 and finish 9-8, I know if I get that, but if we do, which is possible, it's not out of the realm of possibility. 5 of our 8 losses were by 7 points or fewer.
Yeah.
So, and 6 of 8 were by 2 scores or less.
If my head ball should be my uncle. What's your point? A lot of games. I mean, everybody gets close games.
I'm just saying.
There was a stat.
11 wins wasn't
before last week.
Crazy.
Before last week, there was a stat that showed that if every team, if every scored every game, 1-score game was flipped. So, like, if you lost by a score, if your record was flipped, it showed all the records. The Browns would be 8-4. They'd be the number 1 seed in the AFC. Your guys' record was the same. It was like 5-8. No different. Like, it didn't matter if you flipped the 1-score games or not. So that just means that. But like, that just shows that 1-score games make a big difference. And if you don't fucking win them, then you end up like the fucking Browns.
Yeah.
Tied for last.
I wish this was more exciting. I wish one of us had a team that was relevant.
Yeah.
But we don't. And that's all we have. So tune in next week to see what upsets us then. So, see ya.